of disarming you. It can so alter you and change you that you will be susceptible to and open to that which you would never otherwise be open to. Because it's so hypnotic, it is so powerful. And to this day, there are certain chords, they're called forbidden chords. I don't have time to get into that tonight, but that actually, will create the environment in your brain that unlocks the door between the conscious and the subconscious. And you couple that with the beat. Remember American Bandstand? I know I'm really dating myself now. Well, my dad used to watch it. No, I watched it. Dick Clark, that never ages. I don't know what that guy takes, but I'd like to get some of that. They would always interview, whenever they would introduce new music, they would say, what did you like about it? And without exception, they would say the beat. They would never say the words. You see, the beat will so entrance you. Hallelujah. You don't care what words you're singing, because you've already been enveloped by and possessed by the power of that music. Stairway to Heaven. There's a reference to the May Queen. This is the May Queen comes from a poem that was written by Crowley. Jimmy Page had inscribed in the vinyl of their album, for you young people, vinyl is a record that they used to it's like a small CD, only black. Okay, I just want to make sure you understood. So they would inscribe in the vinyl of their album, Led Zeppelin 3, Crowley's famous words, "Do what thou wilt." That is the whole of the law. Page and Robert Plant claim some of Zeppelin's songs came via occultic automatic handwriting, including their song Stairway to Heaven. Rolling Stone magazine quoted Jimmy Page as saying that, "I told Robert to get a pen, and I started reciting the words to a song, and he wrote the words verbatim. We never changed one. We put it to music, and that song became Stairway to Heaven." I'm not going to get into the whole backwards masking thing, but I happen to believe it's true. Because see, in the subconscious, it's that subliminal input. And if you play Stairway to Heaven backwards, it does say, "I'm a little child of Satan. He will give you 666. That's how it sounds backwards. And it's very clear. It's unmistakable. Now, why would you want to do it backwards? Well, Aleister Crowley taught to do everything backwards. Walk backwards. Sing backwards. You know that the Satan worshipers recite certain passages backwards? Now, why back? Live, L-I-V-E, is evil, E-V-I-L, backwards. Now, when you do it subliminally, again, you'll accept something that you would never otherwise accept. If you came up to me and said, "Hey, JD, I'm a little child of Satan. He will give you 666. I mean, listen, even before I'm a believer, I'm thinking, no way. Now, if you give me a good beat and a really melodic and hypnotic song, and start me off singing hallelujah, I'll sing anything you want. Oh, hail Lucifer. See, if it's backwards, then my subconscious hears it, and it doesn't have to go through my conscience, which will reject it. You know, advertisers, and they use subliminal advertising. They've proven that, you know, you go into a movie theater and they'll subliminally just a flash of a millisecond, your subconscious sees popcorn, you go buy popcorn. They would play in the music you hear in a grocery or a department store. I will not shoplift, and shoplifting drops. I will buy a Coke and popcorn, and concession sales go up. That's how powerful it is. Just this subliminal advertising and the subliminal effect on the subconscious of the brain. But again, I'm not going to get into the science of that, but I'm of the school that it is true. It is absolutely true. Ozzy Osbourne called Aleister Crowley a phenomenon of his time. August 26, 1980, in Circus magazine. Ozzy even had a song called Mr. Crowley. Perhaps you're familiar with it. It was dedicated to him. In the song, here's the words: "You fooled all the people with magic. You waited on Satan's call. Mr. Crowley, won't you ride my white horse?" Jim Morrison. On the back cover of the Doors' 13 album, he and the other members of the Doors are shown posing with a bust of Aleister Crowley. Jim Morrison was quoted as saying, quote, "that the souls or the ghost of those dead Indians, maybe one or two of them, were just running around freaking out and just leaped into my soul, and they're still there." Michael Jackson. Quote, "It's all of a sudden a magic from somewhere that comes and the spirit just hits you and you lose control of yourself. I wake up from dreams and go, wow, put this down on paper." Automatic writing. The whole thing is strange. You hear the words, everything is right there in front of your face, and you say to yourself, I'm sorry, I just didn't write this. It's there already. I feel that somewhere, someplace, it's all been done, and I'm the courier bringing it into the world. Carlos Santana. Quote, "I know it sounds new age, but in my meditation, this entity, which is called Metatron, which is a demonic entity, he said, we want to hook you back to the radio airwave frequency. We want you to reach junior high schools, and universities. Once you reach them, because we are going to connect you with the best artists of the day, then we want you to present them a new menu. Let them know that they are themselves multi-dimensional spirits with enormous possibilities and opportunities." Sound like in the garden? You can be God. You have enormous possibilities and opportunities. "We want you to present them with a new form of existence that transcends religion, politics, or the modus operandi of education today." I have a whole other study that I've done on high school shootings. Without exception, every time a high school student takes a gun, goes to his school, and takes the life of fellow classmates or students and or teachers, it is without exception been inspired by the music that they listen to. Columbine, a whole documentary. Everything is documented down to the gnat's eyebrow, without exception. Harris and Klebold, the two shooters, were demon-possessed because of the music that they listened to, which told them, kill the students, kill your parents. I have a documentary from this kid, this is a long time ago, killed his parents, then went and killed a bunch of kids at his school. And he was quoted as saying, in fact, it's so chilling because on the video, you hear his voice say, I stop it. He's talking to the voices in his head. Stop it. I don't want to do that anymore. And he's weeping bitterly, uncontrollably because he killed his parents. And Mommy, I'm sorry, Daddy. He's a kid possessed by Satan through the music. It's not a gimmick. It's not a gimmick. Why do all of these bands have 666 and upside down crosses? Remember Blue Oyster Cult? Remember the upside down cross with the question mark? What do you think that's about? 9 Inch Nails. This is a newer band. Picture of a monkey hanging on a cross. That's my Jesus. That's my Jesus. And Lucifer hates my Jesus. And Lucifer hates me. Keith Richards, the Rolling Stones. You want to talk about a satanic group? Remember their song, Sympathy for the Devil? Oh, it's just a gimmick, excuse me. No, Keith Richards and what's the main guy's name again with the lips? What's his name? Mick Jagger. Demon possessed. They sold their souls to Satan. Keith Richards, quote, "The devil doesn't bother me. It's that God that me off. There's a demon in me. I've got 4 or 5 and we're all good friends. So I thought I'd just singularize it. It's like, yeah, check yourself, and he's still there in me. I've learned how to control him, I guess, and that's what the demon is about to do." Close quote. Keith Richards. Kurt Cobain, quote, "I'll get stoned and worship Satan." Black Sabbath. 1976, 2-album record titled "We Sold Our Souls for Rock and Roll." AC/DC, they don't have to put anything backwards, it's all forwards. I'm on the highway to hell. If God's on the left, then I'm sticking to the right. All my friends are going to be there too. Hell's Bells. Every single one of these, this particular music. I was really into AC/DC, actually. I'm sorry to say, I have to confess. Their music with the hard pounding, sound would just, it had me. Angus Young was quoted as saying, "By the time we're halfway through the first number, someone else is steering me. I'm just along for the ride. I become possessed when I get on stage." Alice Cooper claims to have received his name from a spirit by the same name at a seance. Cooper claimed that while performing, this spirit, quote, partly takes over his actions and singing on stage. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Wish they all could be. Brian Wilson. He hears voices. They talk to him. They distract him. They frighten him. They confuse him. Right now, as this creative genius behind the Beach Boys' classic surf rock sound sits for an interview in his darkened living room, the Pacific crashing loudly outside his $1 million Malibu home, the voices are calling. The 46-year-old screws up his face. His eyes roll toward the ceiling. They've gone blank. His brow is furrowed with thick worry lines. He is silent. He is gone. One interviewer wrote about him during an interview. Warner Brothers Records president Lenny Waronker claims to have encountered at least 5 different entities that use Brian Wilson bodied as their home. Quote, "There are a lot of different people there," says Waronker. "I have met 5 different people." It's not just music, it's movies. Sandra Bullock. She confesses to her witchcraft inclinations. She says, "It's almost like it's my conscience and my devil all in one. It's almost like I can read minds at this point. Instinct or intuition or a sixth sense that's like our gift." Oprah Winfrey. One called her America's pastor. She reaches more people in one day than a pastor will in a lifetime. Oprah Winfrey calls these her go-there moments, spiritual episodes of divine guidance that far transcend the chatty exchange